I have a nice Asus P5K PRO motherboard right here that was given to me by a friend of mine that said this motherboard has some memory issues. However, when I tried to turn it on, to try to diagnose it, it just straight up didn't respond to the power button. And at first, I started by resetting the CMOS. I started by putting a CPU in, and no response. Then I thought, maybe something is shorted on the motherboard, something is shorting the 5V standby rail to ground or something. But no, the superIO chip is getting the power and all the things that it needs, and there is voltage across the power pins. So the superIO is working, getting all the power, but it just doesn't respond to the power button. And I thought, okay, this is another case of a failed superIO chip. And I thought, and I was about to chuck it in the trash, but for absolutely no reason, I decided to play around with it and put this thing in the PCI Express slot and short the green and black wires on the power supply to force the power supply to turn on and see whether or not this little display shows any codes, which means there is some activity, but it showed nothing. So after touching around a bit, I touched the clear RTC connector while the power supply was forcefully turned on, and I got a code, which means there was something happening on the motherboard. And excited, I pulled out my tweezers, turned the power supply off, and then when I touched the connectors on, when I pressed the power button, the motherboard started up just fine. I connected a hard drive and it booted into Windows just fine. And from then on, it just worked like a normal motherboard. It would turn off, it would turn on, the restart button worked, the power button worked fine. And I thought, oh nice, I don't know what the fuck was that, but it now works. Till next day, when I tried to turn the motherboard on, and it did absolutely nothing again when I touched the power button. And doing the exact same thing, it started working again. So, and this is a few days later, it's doing the exact same thing. Now I want to plug the motherboard in to show you what exactly it is doing. Mind you, this motherboard came without the CPU and the clear RTC and the battery, so there was no way that the RTC state could have caused the fault, because there was no battery, there was nothing in the memory. And I put the battery in. Now if I turn the power on, I'll put the readout in the slot, even though nothing will happen most likely. Here you can see the code. When I turn the power supply on, you can see the standby light, and I will put the power supply like this so you can see the fan. And now if I touch the power button, if I short it, absolutely nothing happens. And now if I do the exact same thing, I short the power supply on, the codes are 00, meaning there is nothing. If I take another screwdriver like this and I short the clear RTC, we get codes. And now if I take the tweezers out, the CPU is getting warm, I can turn the motherboard off, and from now on it will work and respond to the power button every time till you leave it off for a few days with the CMOS battery in, and then it will just die again. So now the motherboard isn't posting because there is no RAM and there is no CMOS BIOS speaker, but if I hold it in, it will turn off. Here, this is 1 GB DDR2, and if I put it in the first slot, and I get a speaker connected here, and I short the power button, it will complain that there is no graphics card, and it will just keep on booting. Oh shit, it's hot. So what I'm thinking now is I never had a situation like this, so I am a bit stunned, but I think I will want to try to reflash the BIOS. Now, since the motherboard does boot, I want to try to do it from within Windows, like BIOS update, and then I will wait a few days and see if it does the same thing again. Okay, so here's the mess that I have created. This is an AMD cooler on a LJ775 CPU without thermal paste, but like there is a weight on it, so it should be fine. This is a dying graphics card. It sometimes artifacts, but who cares? I just needed to do a BIOS update. So if I turn the power supply on and oh shit, it's doing it again. Well, that's interesting. Certainly not what I expected. If I reset the CMOS now... Oh, so resetting the CMOS turns it on straight away. Enter. Oh, are you serious? It's a ROM file. There is no executable. Ah, that's stupid. Now I have to look up how to maybe I just copy it to flash drive. Okay, so here's the USB. As you can see, I use it to update to restore a PS4 and PS3 in the past. So what I want to do now is Control N. We want to go to downloads, P5K Pro. Do I have to, oh yeah, RAM. Actually, I will leave both of them on the USB because I don't know which one it wants. Now we want to shut off the computer and go into BIOS. Okay, we're in the BIOS. We should go to Tools, PC Flash 2, Board P5K Pro. Okay, yeah, it recognized the file. and we should just be able to flash it now. Okay, press F2 to load defaults, and there is no boot device. Now I'm curious, I could previously replicate the issue by turning the power supply off while the computer is on, and then it just wouldn't react to the power button. I would have to reset the CMOS. Now the motherboard is on. If I turn the power supply off, I wait a bit, I turn the power supply on, and then will it respond to the power button? It will not. So there is something still very messed up on this BIOS. We'll have to do a proper BIOS flash. If I short the CMOS, it turns straight on. Okay, we are back on the BIOS flasher laptop. Here's the programmer. Thankfully, Asus motherboards do have quick swappable BIOS chips, so that's nice. This is actually not the same chip I got off the Asus motherboard. This is from a different dead Asus motherboard. The only reason I'm doing this is so I don't have to read and back up the original chip. This is already from a broken motherboard, so I don't care about this one. It is otherwise the same chip. This is a 25F80. So on the PCB we see 25XX, which means it goes this way, and that's it, it's in our flasher. So first thing I want to do is, here's our USB we used to flash. We will copy the ROM file to our desktop, and I want to see whether or not I can load the ROM file straight into my program for flashing BIOS. So if we do detect 25F80, so it detected it as a 1 megabyte chip, that's okay. We open, oh, we can .rom. Oh, Netscape. Is this a quick launch thing? I'm not sure. Other than that Netscape, I don't see anything else interesting. We want to erase the IC. There is nothing important on that IC, so I won't be backing it up. We will blank check it. It's okay, and then we will write to it. It's a 1 megabyte chip, so it goes quite fast. I don't even need to speed it up. We will verify it once again. And that's it. We have a freshly baked chip. Now I will put it back into the circuit board. Oh shit, don't leave the BIOS battery in while we're doing this. There we go. Now if I turn on the power supply, we have lights. Then if I short, we have nothing. If I short the clear CMOS, so it does post, but it didn't fix our issue. Well, maybe it's just the first time thing. If I now turn the power off, will I still have the same issue? Yes, the problem is still there. Honestly, I don't know. I never had an issue like this. Turn the board off. Maybe if we try to find a BIOS dump from somebody else. Let's try and do that. Well, I honestly am not sure what else to do with this motherboard.